Yes, Jenka people, today date is pretty much March 14, 2022, and I'm talking pretty much about the system in the United States of America. We pay our tax when we work. They give away net and gross income and the deduction out of whatever. So it pays into the system. That's when you get older, you can get to retire based upon your assets, your income, and much more as you grow throughout the year. It doesn't matter which year we're in right now, what we're paying to the system. That's all I want to say. Because when it comes to your taxation, you have to put all your asset and your income. And in return, that's how Uncle Sam, the IRS, Social Security, and others know you qualify for benefit. Even if you fall back on the system per se, or to say, it also pretty much qualify for you to go for benefit, and just as much as grant. Let's say you lose a job, the judges, like my situation, take away my house wrongly under void sale, void deed, foreclosure, meaning rob us of our retirement fund or anything we plan to do with the equity in our home, whether to buy more property, send our kids to school, and more so as we file and tell Uncle Sam what our estate is worth, or constructive trust or any other trust, So when the government is messing up with government transparency, we gotta learn to talk, speak out about wrong and right. So the time pretty much I think now is going on close to 12 p.m. or 11:56 a.m. same way, but close to 12. And once more, today's date is Monday, March 14th. Is it 13th or 14th? I think I said 14, 2022. See with me if I made any mistake on the date. But I'm speaking out about the system inadequate and discrimination against their own black people or black people in general. Because these shit don't happen in white community. If a white man lose their job or they throw them back on the system, such as the HRA and others, once they go to their office, they get everything and anything without a problem. But the level of house slave mentality when government train black people and black people educate themselves to get government job is far more inferior. It's far more unequal. Every month of the year, the news will tell you so much grant go unclaimed yearly in New York City, especially in the black neighborhood. But black people have a way when people frustrate them, they give in or walk away, because the news will bring it on. If you work minimum wage, or you work for Walmart, or any other, mom and pop store, or any other home heritage job, and you do qualify with the type income you're getting, you can get food stamp as much as grant to pay your arrear if you're in mortgage arrear, rent arrear, you're in public housing with any form of arrear. You don't have much food due to the type income you're getting, or no income, or even people that's not working or don't have any income. The system do give black people their own people. In New York City, in and around Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, you name it, Manhattan, Staten Island, and much more. When it comes to black people serving their own black people, it's like they live in hellhole. You have social worker. Why they even call them social worker? if they're not being social to do their job adequately, more than inadequately, to rob their own black community. You have to fuss and fight with your own black people who work under HRA. You can imagine that? If I did in a white, however, this is why most black people leave their own black constituents or community and go live in white neighborhood. Because they don't get this type of treatment if they go to welfare or access any grant in a white neighborhood. They don't get this type of treatment we black people give our own people as house slave. Too much house slave in the system. These educated fools, as Bob Marley call them, you know, they educate themselves, and when they see their own black people come in to access any grant, even if the government advertise month after month, the type income you might be getting from your job can also qualify you to get food stamp and the necessary help with any form of education you might be going through and have a little part-time job more than full-time job, or even if you have a full-time job and it don't pay, you go to the office, you get strictly harassment. This is why a lot of black people tell themselves don't even bother with it. They frustrate more than they help people. You know what frustration is? You need the help, and when you go for the help that you qualify with grant, the same social worker that must help you antagonizing you. This is why I'm putting out this live, short or long podcast on the injustice in the black neighborhood. Black people get a warm time getting government grant. As I said, if a black man live in a white neighborhood, no problem. They will tell you straight up. I'll call you and tell you straight up. This is why I move out of New York City. Because our own black people will run the system sometime, I work in the system. It's like more than a house slave. See? Them dealing like a house slave for the slave master. I rob their own people that truly qualify for grant program, food stamp, housing assistance, and much, much more. This is why me don't even bother with Section 8 or none of them when they rob and thief my house. I said to the system, hey, if the shit gonna stay on my credit for the next 25 to 33 years and ruin my credit portfolio, like I did rob a bank when a bank robbed me, my home equity and my house under void sale, void deed, with judges and all overlooking United States bankruptcy code, federal code that they're not supposed to overlook. The same judges who must follow the law don't give a shit, because their goal is the more money they get as pay is to continue to be greedy with the bank, to take our black people house all when them in the right with equity in their house, to overlook all of these issues. You know, when you go to school, you learn 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4, so on, so on. You learn your ABC, you learn to spell, you learn to read. And these people act like, you know, and the judge and all that act like the system is not paid for. Who you think make judge get paid? Who you think make social worker and others get paid? Poor people. Because the system set up that way to take tax return from people. Even people who are poor and paying to the system and fall back on their face. Even if bank and judge rob and thief and throw people out to put them in a shelter. Who you think paying for these things? Poor people who don't just pay tax return yearly or quarterly if I have a business. I am a businesswoman, and when I deal with my tax, let's say I can't deal with it quarterly, I can deal with it still yearly and still catch up. But by right, I'm supposed to file quarterly. But if I have a S corporation and things now work for me as fast, or I get certain type of income, I don't have to run go file quarterly. Is the richer corporation file pretty much quarterly. The poorer corporation who making it and make it will file yearly. And when you go to file yearly, the accountants may want to have $3,000 just to file something, even if you don't earn nothing, or earn next to nothing, or little or nothing, or even come in with 35,000. Anywhere from 20 to 35,000 and up. These corporate accountants that do pretty much filing for corporate people who have a corporation such as me will want all 3,000-4,000 out of way. But Uncle Sam have a rule: if you earn under 5,000 or near 5,000, you don't have to file. These people think when you come to the United States America, you just stay behind the cow backside. It's not everybody want to stay behind the cow backside. I born to fenge. I don't want to work. I don't want to report their incomes. The system is the one who make it worse sometimes for people also to don't want to work. Because I'm going to give you something inside out more than upside down. Let's say a black man and a white man go to the same college or university. They get the same level education and pass out the same with the same high grade. When they get a job, the black man and the white man, who the fuck you think get more pay? The sort of discrimination in this country with these corporate hooligans, greedy motherfucker for discriminate black people is not nice. The same job the white man and the black man apply for with the same qualification. Let's say the two of them get the same job. Who you think the fuck gonna get more pay? You think that right? Up to this present moment in time, they don't set the record straight for say, same way the white man get paid, the same rate, the same hourly pay, or the same yearly pay. The black man should get it. The only way a black man can break that spell is to say, fuck these motherfuckers. Let me have a business for myself. Let me work for myself. But a lot of black people still continue with the shit to work to others, or for other giant or company, or even America business. Because a small business run this thing now, but sometimes it's the government use taxpayers' money set up the system. That's why I say even the government business. I'm not going to pay the black man fairly as they would pay the white man. Like the two of them didn't have the same credential. Well, back to HRA. You have a lot of black people run go turn social worker for work for the government in the system. And they don't realize we're fluid the system with any industrial complex or whatever age we're going to step into. Like we're now in the information age with technology. See? You used to have this, the iron age where iron makes steel or whatever, steel age or 10 other shit. Now we're in cut a long chase, so in the information age. Because if people want to do their research for say from which age to which age, time change over with different sector, or different industry, or different whatever, go check it out yourself, because you can learn. I used to watch a lot of documentary and go to the library. So you don't just learn through school alone. Because even if you're in a school, they're going to say, do the damn research. Do your homework. Read a book. Watch a documentary. Read newspaper. And find out how you really educate yourself to answer these questions. You don't just learn in school. You can learn every day. But a lot of people, more than do continuous education, they just stop where they are. Let's say they drop out of school let's say they continue in school. Some people will get a bachelor and 10 other shit in school. Didn't just get it, they copy, lie and thief. Because, oh, I can tell you that for sure. If you watch the news, the TV reporter will tell you, oh, they find a professor sometime passing people who mustn't pass. And they will tell you for sure the professor screw who forget what, not. If a man must get, or a woman must get certain grade and don't do their research, can't learn, don't do their homework, can't pass, the professor sometime will back him fist with them and say, let me fuck you for pass you. You know what I mean? So if you don't understand what I'm saying, you know what I mean, because the news expose these professors from time to time. The news expose many students sometimes who don't get fucked by a professor. A copy just, when test time, they write in their hand and try copy it. And they use several other means and way to pass when they like educated fools. That's what Bob Marley's talking about. A lot of people go to school, but did they even know what they learning in school? Or was them passing or failing or know for copy or know how for beta test? Even if they have to play fool to catch wise, or play wise to catch fool, whichever way you want to put it. So a lot of people, in other words, is not truly educated even though they went to college, because them a back them face. Tell them I said that. Like it or leave it, the truth must be known, and you got a lot of educated fools, as Bob Marley put it, because they didn't do well in school, but they come out also more or less with a bachelor degree, a college degree, a GED, whatever level they want to put it as. And the next time you have people truly study and pass and just, bright. And even if they bright sometime, you can call them educated fools sometime for treat others with disrespect. Because not because you have an education, you're going to walk on other people when you should have do your job with the type educational level you get to. Let's say even if you rob and thief, forget that bachelor, or you don't rob and thief. I don't blame Bob Marley for saying you got a lot of educated fools in the system, such as judges. Let's touch on the court system, the system in general. Look on the judges them. How can they be nominated for judge or elected for judge? And at the same time, when they go in a court, if they must follow the law, they want to give people 5 minutes justice and suppress the evidence and run people out of court. I'm going to tell you something about the system what people don't know. The system certainly know for harvest their crop, especially for black people with slavery and discrimination and more. Saying? I just said it. Them know for harvest their crop. They know what they want to do. You see, when the system push people out of housing or evict a person, whether it be with children and family or not children and family, and people run go in the shelter, then the news show you all the time with the news reporter actually how much the shelter get for every other person or other people. One person alone, a shelter can get over 3,000-4,000 into the current status moment in time. 2022 when under. See? The year is 2022. If I reverse back to a good 10-20 years ago, you used to hear the system get 1,000 to 3,000 half of people. I'm really wondering what's the status now, whether it be a good $3,000 to $6,000 half a person. Because they have a lot of social work and other people work in these so-called shelter to keep the shelter clean, to keep people from fighting. Doctors, lawyers, maybe all in there try do things for mostly social worker. But these social workers work fucked up. to keep people longer in the shelter before giving them house. Maybe it's the government tell them work it that way. That's if we keep them longer, we can make money and more profit in order to pay social workers or others workers who work in the shelter. So that's like a rip-off. A man qualify for something. Let's say they say, give them 3 to 6 years for get shelter if you have a family or children in the shelter with you. Or less. But sometimes they want old people in the shelter down for a while just for catch the extra money. Cause add up near 3,000 monthly for one person in a shelter. But and the next time the government wouldn't say, all right, you know something? Let me give you 1,500. You go look somewhere livable. The shelter ain't livable. As I talk about livable. The shelter can be dangerous. Rat infected, roach infected, people crazy, people mad, people go there and stab up them one another and hurt them one another. People who don't even hurt nobody and get robbed and thief. A lot of people can't even hold up to the pressure in the shelter. They just say, fuck that, I might as well be out on the street homeless. So once you go in a shelter, you can consider yourself homeless because that's what Al Sharpton teach you. And the next time a lot of them will get evicted in court. And we refuse to go in any shelter. We'll find a way where, as the logic say, where there's a will, there's a way. Sometimes you catch up with family, friends, you pay the little rent even if you have it or don't have it, and you owe part of it and you negotiate part of it and still try to go back to HRA for say, help me with my rent. But these motherfuckers don't give a fuck. They cause a lot of people to be evicted over and over and over again and think it nice. It's not imminent harm, imminent danger, and more to their health. I'm talking about like a dirty foot social worker where work with also HRA. We don't know on a bleeding task from on the elbow. The other day I got HRA for example. I go for storage grant. Because they take my house wrongly and I tell the judge them, I don't care if it take the next 21 or more year. Because when they're treating all of us like criminals that we're not. In the court system, it's supposed to be innocent before guilty. But the judge then make it clear they gonna run it like guilty before innocent. The like a 5 minutes discrimination justice. All when you have evidence package, the judge them try to work tricks off the trade just to push everybody out of housing. It doesn't matter whether you're in your own housing, government housing, apartment, living, paying your rent while you're working. It doesn't matter. Because facts is there to show in the court system the way these judges dealing with people just to push them in shelter, just to make more money. The government straight up robbing people with these social workers. That's what I'm trying to say. Cut a long story short. But people don't do their homework and research. People don't want to listen to their civil rights leader and more. You have Al Sharpton, he's a civil rights leader. One time I turn on the radio, boom, bye bye. I hear Al Sharpton start to sing. Let me tell you about the difference about homeless and houseless. I said, blood clot, me have to listen to Al Sharpton, liquor. Set up my chair next to whatever they listened, whether it was radio or TV. I don't even remember what I did listen to it, pan. But let's say it's radio or TV. Who give a fuck? What I did listen this man talk about when certain stigma and others depend on you because the government are play tricks with black people and discriminate black people for label them, for put them in a shelter, or even if they homeless or out of house and never go in a shelter. You have to know the difference, the man said, between houseless and homeless. Like how they take from my house and I refuse to go in a shelter, for example. That's what Al Sharpton talk about. Then you're houseless. Now, if you're going to shelter while you're houseless, as they push you out an apartment or a house or wherever you rent, to say, even government property, like Section 8 and more so, where the government helps subsidize and pay for people. Everybody can fall under the bus somewhere, somehow. Sometimes people get sick, sometimes people are out of job, sometimes people don't have even the proper education to get a job. And sometimes people do have the proper education to get a job and can't get a job. Sometimes the economy with the stock market and all of this is the cause of the problem just as much, but people don't do their homework for realize why the market say up or down with the stock market. Because anything affect one, affect all. And if you don't understand, even with the tax one pay into the system, anything affect one can expect all. Sometimes I hear the little dirty foot judge on the TV. What her name is again? She rough on people. I can't even remember her name. When her name come up in my head, I call her name. She always attack. Oh, you're living in a Section 8 under my money when me I work hard as a taxpayer. Let me tell you something about tax in general. You pay your tax not just one way in this country. If you go out the road, go buy food, clothes, or 10 other commodity, you still will pay tax. So don't make Uncle Sam and 10 other people lead on astray and say, you didn't work and pay tax. Because you can't now work, and when you get the money, you pay tax. So you think pay tax more than anybody. Because the government shelter and find a loophole all the time for say the rich man mustn't pay them tax even if they have a large corporation. They can hide their money and turn other shit offshore and invest as much as they want, and when tax time come, they don't even want to pay 15% tax like the poor. The poor have a job and they demand that the poor actually have to pay tax, whether you're middle class or poor. Who you think is the no poor? The middle class, because them in a debt and possess debt more than ever. You see all the cars and things on the road where people drive up and down with, or even if they have a mortgage, students loan, car loan, house loan, and 10 other credit card, you call that debt ratio. People don't understand the debt ratio. So we can touch on that too. Because a lot of people cannot work a good income, and when month time come, them can't see them own input versus their output. Meaning their income don't match up with their debt. All them the loan them borrow, whether it be students loan, car loan, house loan, credit card in general that they go out and shop with. I'm going to touch on the credit card company and banks. Bank make more money off a credit card more than any other miscellaneous item. You say bank invest their money into credit card because they know how to rob and thief from poor people and run them into debt. Give them more credit card, less credit card, and hold them all 20-something% to 25 to 33% in interest on these credit cards. I'm going to break it down, make you understand. Let's say you buy a tube of toothpaste, a Walgreens with a credit card, and the tube of toothpaste is anywhere from $1 to $5 in cost. You run it on your credit card. Let's say you get your pay tomorrow and your credit card bill come for the one for $5. And they say don't pay nothing. They know why them telling you don't pay nothing. No. Let's say you have $100 or more on the credit card in debt, and you run up the $5 toothpaste. Or if I have to come back to the toothpaste over here, you pay maybe all 3 or 4 times for that toothpaste or more. It's no different from a mortgage with a house. A mortgage can be for $1 million. But if you don't pay it in advance when the mortgage bill come, let's say you get $1 million house. Let me break it down. You get $1 million house. And the bank say, pay $3,000 to $4,000 monthly out of your income, or for that mortgage note. Now, if you rent out the property, I can say you're good, because even if you make a profit, you can pay in advance with that $4,000 and double it up to $8,000 for try pay off the mortgage the faster. Most people with a mortgage, whether it's high or low, meaning anywhere from $100,000 to $1 million, they would say, even if I can pay $250 a month for my mortgage, for $100,000, or on $1 million, maybe $3,000-4,000, let me just pay the monthly bill. That's where the bank got you. The bank love people who just pay a monthly bill, even on a credit card or a student's loan, a car note or anything. They love people like that, because they know they got you screwed over the period of maybe the next 10 years, or when you think you pay off for the house or the car or the toothpaste or any other thing that just try to break down. Motherfucker, they more run you in a debt. We said them a make interest so you can't even understand. The compound interest a kill the debt where you pay to. Because the debt they over time with the interest so you have to pay is what is more life-threatening to the debt. And people don't understand even that. For say, yo, if I have my credit card bill and it come monthly, and let's say the credit card, for example, say pay $20 a month. Man, it's best you pay off for your owe. I try for pay it faster. I try to pay 5 times the $20 to show the bank you're ahead of their game. Because as I said, bank love people who only pay monthly bill and don't watch the interest on the credit card or any other form of loan where you borrow, whether car loan, student's loan, saying any other loan, business loan, 10 other loan. They love people who only pay the little they ask them to pay monthly. Because the bank look on themselves and say, yo, these motherfuckers don't even know how we bank get rich overnight. We just tell these people pay what we want them to pay and have the interest rate compound and slap them and run up the bill at the said time. And maybe people don't even understand the interest rate with the bank is what kill them, because maybe people maybe say, well, I owe the bank $500, $500 gonna be $500 till I pay it off with the little $20 monthly. No, the little $500 can become $2,500 and you $5,000 before you know it, and you think you still pay off $500. If anybody do the maths, they will understand what I say, whether me did the maths right or not. But the bank, I go watch more documentary on where YouTube and others are showed how bank make them money. Just Google it. Say, how bank make money from credit card. Then you will understand what I'm telling you. As the bank now joke forget rich off people who, whether they educated or uneducated. The bank not joking. The bank just want people to pay the little money. They say, pay me this monthly. That's where they trap you if you do pay that money monthly that way. Now, as I said, if the bank tell you pay $100 monthly or $20 monthly, if you have $300 in your pocket, you might as well double up that $20 or double up that $100 and say to the bank, fuck off, you're not going to catch me with those so-called interest rate, whether it's high or whether it's low. Because a bank can give people a credit card or a business loan or any other car loan, house loan, 10 other loan, for maybe anywhere from 9 to 10% or less, or even 3 to 5, and people don't understand the logic of 3 to 5 over the duration of many other year. It compound where if you don't watch it, the bank is just like Wall Street with the highs and the low. You get it low And before you know it, you ask yourself on a credit card, how was it 9% and it gone 33%? How was my house when I get the mortgage loan 3% and now I'm paying so much other percent plus with the 3%? The bank have a way they trick people out of their money with these so-called way that they make money. But people don't do the maths because we did learn in school 1 and 1 make 2, but people don't realize 2 and 2 and 1 and 1, even if 2 and 2 make 4, 2 and 2 make 4, wait, 1 and 1 make 2, 2 and 2 make 4, 4 and 4 make 8. Before long you ask yourself how it turn these 1 and 1 are 2 and 2 and 4 and 4 turn out 50 or more, $100 or more. So the bank have a way for say, hey, these people think when I say I gonna give you $1, it's $1 back. No, unless you're smart, if the bank give you $1 or $1 million and you see the $1 million tomorrow and you can say, let me pay it up front. It's just, let me give you an example. First time days with the bank, you used to have cash advance. When I used to have my credit cards, you used to have cash advance. 20 or more years ago, I thought, no, or before 20, a good 30 years ago, you used to have cash advance going back. And they used to say you can borrow all your cash advances. Let's say the bank give you a credit card and it have allow you for borrow $5,000 cash advance, $7,000 cash advance or more, $15,000 cash advance. They used to give you 30 days to pay back the cash advance. These last day, a year all that cut out a credit card. If you borrow cash advance, you better pay it back faster than you come. Damn. Whatever happened to those good old days? Thank God after the judge them fuck me with my house, I tell them fuck off with the credit card, fuck off with any other type of credit. Fuck off with the whole lot of you who rob the system. Because you're supposed to serve and protect and pass bill for protect middle class and poor people, and everybody want to be the 1% to get rich overnight with Wall Street and the banks. Like I plug up, turn on my phone this morning, a company tell me, invest $1,000 and maybe I will, within the month or 3, I will get $128,000 back from $1,000. That's a blood clot. That is not a nice feed because them are explain why they have a secret for no investors right now can put $1,000 and get back $128,000 on their $1,000. That means they would make a profit of $127,000 within anywhere between 30 to 90 days as they calling out to people. If you have $1,000 in the bank, just call us or just run the credit card or invest that money, and if you make it stay for the next 30 days. Now, what do you try to tell you? They say the government, if they don't pay March debt, the debt ratio with the government, America is bankrupt now, but people don't seem to know it. Why you think they're printing money and causing inflation and more? America don't have the money, so when they don't have the money, the government say print money. Even if it causes inflation for make supermarket price dearer with your grocery, the gas pump, or any other commodity you may want, you're gonna have to pay the cost. Because as they print money, they know it causes inflation, but a lot of people don't know what inflation is with print money. So if you plug up that on your phone to go do your homework, go in a Google or WhatsApp or others and Google, what if the government print money? What kind of problem it may trigger with the stock market, the general economy, etc., etc. Is it gonna cause inflation where people's price just suddenly skyrocket with everything? Just what we're seeing. You understand? Because with the coronavirus, you see how quick they run the print money. Now, if a man have a counterfeit plate and go print money, what the government do? Lock your fuck right up. They call it counterfeit money. But they can print it and it's no problem. But if a man get a counterfeit plate and say, let me go try the same thing for try, say me have money. Yo, the government lock them up 1, 2, 3 and say that's illegal. So the shit the government do that's illegal and don't tell people the truth, it can trigger inflation for rob a lot of people who don't even have it, poor people when not even work. People who even medicated and now work gonna feel the crunch. People who in debt with credit card debt, their mortgage, their students loan and all of the business loan, they gonna feel the crunch too. It's a domino effect attack. We go for one, go for all. If you set up the domino them and touch one and say tumble, all of them going to tumble. So the market itself tumble and it causes inflation. See? So nobody don't believe what I said, go do no homework. Just touch up any key and say, let's question some of the things Sonia there say. As an ally, I'm now a creator and an author. And I have to break it down fully with the maths. Whether I have a pen, a calculator, or 10 other things I do. A long time did my research. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes when people think I don't know a lot, I just keep my mouth shut and listen to the one them who feel know far more than me. I say sometimes it don't suit to argue with people who think them know more than you. It's best to just keep your mouth locked and listen to fuckers them. See? Because in the days I used to take up my paper, I used to look on channel 13 from Sesame Street onwards to documentary and more and tell myself if I can't go in a school, educate myself one way or another. If I can't go in a school and then myself course and I go and fly and take plane like taxi as I do import export and don't have the time for go school, much less for get a college or a bachelor degree while I'm flying and closing deal and selling things as a wholesaler or a distributor. I might as well while I fly plug up my headphone with my cell phone or other gadget and try to educate myself. Because in the day, remember cassette and tape? Now people have the cell phone, they don't realize the cell phone have come off of them big ass computer where them now say, let's make a cell phone for make it be a pocket piece. I mean a computer for be a pocket piece and a cell phone, correct myself. That's all a cell phone is now, a mini computer. Cut to the bottom line. See? It's a mini computer we now have in my hand. More than walking around with anything heavy, they try to in-sync everything in one, downsize it in one and make the chip them smaller and everything, the component smaller upon the motherboard for fitting a cell phone. Because when we used to go to Javits Center in the 90s, from 1994 right back to 2000, they used to teach you about the component with any other component. With a radio, it's the same. A motherboard used to make it in the days. With the TV, it's the same component each up on a board called a motherboard. With a computer, whether it be desktop, notebook or others, it's still a motherboard component. But the size and the weight depend on how they eliminate certain things and say, let's make it more a chip form, a microchip or whatever chip. Give me a break or whatever component, maybe what I don't even know if I call it. But downsize everything. So the internet I look for take over the big ass TV them. People soon have TV in them house now. Because everything where everybody run for say Let's get with the technology. As the technology I teach people, get with the technology. Get a cell phone. These cell phone upgrade. These every year. As how I put it now. As these people make iPhone every year, Apple. You sell an Apple just couple months ago, and it now even be a year before a new Apple come out sometime. If you don't watch it, it's every 6 months a new Apple or a new phone is out. Less than 6 months. As the Chinese and the Japanese them and the others, country where they make them out of, shit. I could talk about that on another documentary. Because people think having a cell phone don't take life. People pay the price for a cell phone. Not we who are buy it at all. No. People in other countries in the mining industry who have to mine certain things to make up these little components for build a cell phone. Now you have it for say. Right now kids in the field in Africa and mine certain things and they get cancer or more. So the cell phone come with another price worse than slavery because it causes a lot of people to die from different diseases too, that we ourselves don't even know rightly unless we watch a documentary or more and read or more to educate ourselves. We're going to this. We bring forth this. It was no different than gold, silver, and oil and 10 other shit. Because for a man get oil, you see how much people life it used to cost throughout the year. As people work the oil mine. For a man get gold, they are just for going to the field and the trench and 10 other things that kill them one another, forget it. After time, if you don't watch it, and a lot of people are slave work people. Whoever watch it, is it White Diamond or Blood Diamond? That movie, an African movie that show how they used to have prisoners that work the mine and have gun and 10 other shit. That's if they find the diamond and don't hand over what they gonna do to them. There always a lot of movie out there and different things like that. But as I say, these I'm gonna try cut even though I led away from the old saga I was to talk about with these social workers. I make it a different part 1, part 2, part 3 episode. Because I have to talk. A lot of people now talk about where they now get what they pay into. And people are treat we like we're begging or more than give way. Them are treat we like we like a whole criminal. Poor people or homeless people, houseless people are run to them forget something. No, it's what they pay into and what we fall back on. That's why they call it grant program. The liquor you put into something, it multiply for the government, because as it was touching base about the 1,000 where they when I turn on my cell phone this morning where this investment company plug up over the phone and tell people, you have a 1,000 in the bank? Why you gonna leave the 1,000 in the bank? Bring it over to us so we can turn it 1, 2, 3 within 1 month to 3 months or 90 days. 1 day to 90 days into $128,000. Imagine 1,000 turn 128,000 in a month if you want to believe for try. And these people know what they're doing now, because these investor company on Wall Street, they don't joke with the stock market, or they don't joke for watch the way the market sway. As they say, government may lock down within the end of the month if they can't pay them debt. So they encouraging people to invest, in other words, to benefit off of. If you help the government, maybe, who knows, with the investment, they may give you this much from your investment. But if you don't help, or you don't want help, or you don't come in for realize what they talking, next to the government lockdown, and they benefit with other people investment where other people put the $1,000 for try to boost it with the same 128,000 return on their $1,000. Shit. A lot of we get the opportunity in life now, but we ask ourselves, if we put $1,000, if it's not another rip-off, or who we must believe, or what we must believe, sometimes we don't even want to take the risk. Life is a risk now. When they invest in the stock market, a lot of we could have did rich. Because when I did used to go a lot of trade show, and before even Facebook came about and Bill Gates and others was there, I said, invest in this, invest in that. We did not make the move. And people who make the move became a multi-millionaire. When Facebook does sell for near $1 to $3, we didn't make the move, and we watch and see it skyrocket to over a good 200,000-300,000 with your dollar. So anybody did invest a good $10,000. When the judge take for my house the time in 2000, and I tell them it's a void sale, void deed. The judge gonna look at me where he wouldn't even let me in court, but send the court attorney to me to say, I just make a surplus of $10,000, Miss Cole. Take the 10,000 and run. Go invest it in Microsoft or Facebook or so. If somebody tell me I shouldn't did even say no with the money, just take his advice and go invest it. If I did take the money and invest it, I would have been maybe $20 million richer. But I'm not a buyout or I'm not a sellout, because I'm talking about my home equity, whether it up with the market, as the market rise with housing. Sometimes the market fall with housing, where let's say a house 30 years ago was a good 100,000. That house now that was 100,000 can be even 2 million right now as we're talking. So when they talk about house price going up with the market value, that's where I was with my house. The price that go up with the market value. And as they was thieving it and fucking me over with a willful reckless violation, cases of harassment, and judges overlooking the law with bank robbing me. Imagine a bank can rob you your house when they wrong, and your home equity with a foreclosure. But let's say I did go in let's say I did have a gun or buy a gun and go in a bank, go rob a bank. Police come faster than I can imagine. If a bank teller touch the bell, call police and say, a woman here robbing a bank, the camera alone would have seen my face. Unless I put on a mask. That's if I would survive it for even rob any bleeny thing. Cause a lot of bank robber try rob bank, and even if them get couple 100,000 or close to $1 million or more, them have to run for them life. Most of them, if they go in 2s and 3s and 4, like the days of the West, when the train come with gold, and the cowboy them a rob fucking gold, and a blow up 10 of the shit and a ride with. They, in the days of the West, they do even better. But with technology, with a bank, Ross, I couldn't rob a bank and fucking run. But they want a bank rob, and we must run. Hell to the no, I ain't fucking going anywhere. They have to pay me off the wrong they did, more than suppress me with the wrong. So when them dirty foot social worker with HRA don't want to do their fucking job and don't realize my birthday just passed February 22nd, 2022, and I told myself, I'm not a fussy woman, but I still, thank God, I know for hang on and fight the power struggle. And if it means sue all nation, whether me win, lose or draw, fuck that. When them that sue me when I don't deserve suing. This is what I'm talking about, how government and social work and others within the system take from us and rob us blind and want to run. I ain't going anywhere. I want to retire after wrong. So when I go for my storage and these dirty foot motherfucker called social worker come tell me downsize, The storage too big. We're not paying a 300 and something no more. I said, yo, look at me and tell me if I born small. How much family you have? How much children you have? I said, when I had applied, look at my application, I put me and my blood clot business. Because I do have a corporation. Whether coming or a blood clot going, leave me to God and things and time. Don't come fuck with my head. One of the bitch them gonna come out as a superior. Two black motherfucker now. That's why I say black people is like house slave to their own people. How? If you have a corporation, I take out my corporate piece of paper where the bank give me to show my corporation still active. Even though things slow for me with my health and every other shit I may fight. Or every other thing I might have done as I work. And these fuckers make 2 storage already. Get sold at auction because they did me wrong and continue to want to do me wrong for them. Pay adequately in time. Even for cause illegal lockout or threat with auction sale of anything in storage. These motherfuckers more than even help them own black community and black people. These motherfucking social black motherfucking ugly ass dopey social workers them. Think them a do their job? As the news continue to expose so much grant go unclaimed in our community, yearly so much millions of dollars in grant with HRA, our government, for people go unclaimed. But the government don't realize these motherfucking black people in our black community will call themselves blood clot social worker. They are fucking duppies and house slaves, robbing black people in their own community. More than qualifying people for what they due to get or qualify for get. They don't give a fuck about them own black community. But they, if it was their own people or their own family, say how quick they do their job for pass it. Now, if doubt or but about what I just said. And if but maybe. Because from time to time, government have to carry and draw a lot of social worker after jail for robbing and thieving through the system with other people. Other people what them know, other people that they know is their family and themselves going to get the millions where they don't want to pass on to people who truly qualify for it. Because people is frustrated with them. So a lot of black people say fuck them before I go for food stamp or any best I go beg thief. You know how much time I tell these motherfuckers, don't make I have to beg or thief? Because if I end up in a criminal court, I going to tell the judges on the motherfucking social worker called HRA or the system that cause this fucking shit with judges, lawyer, doctor, agent, chief robbing from people. Why you talk to me, Tara? Cause I do a live thing for upload on YouTube. Yeah, in my daughter place right now where borrowed time and everything. If I don't walk and talk my documentary, sometimes I try work in peace. I just catch up here for the day. I try see while I must go back to these motherfuckers. These motherfucking duppies will call themselves social worker and all criminals that them is, because she gonna look at me, the superior, and she gonna look at me dung size. And they will pay it. I said, don't have to be locked out or under auction before they pay it. Motherfucker, I got you all of that with fear hearing and more. Every time when I try to rob poor people, I personally stand up to now with a blood clot fear hearing and win it over and over and over. Even with the talk about downsize or wellness too big for me. I look like a bomb blood clot small. I'm 5'8". And if I catch a man, I don't want a small wood. See? And when I have children, they born big. And they grow tall. And the fact that I have a business, I think big. The fact that the judge them take on my house and more, I think even bigger. Because right now, for my birthday, as I said, I did say to myself, I'm not fussing. But make it your business for sue the United States government for all these motherfucking duppy ass judge and social worker for saking my peace with Wall Street, banks and others a rob with blood clot, entire retirement fund, asset, home, income, rental income, wage. And I make us sick. I'm sicker. You know, this court compensate people when they find out the system did even make us sicker for the wrong they did to us. If you go in a lawsuit with anything, like that truck like you don't have more, and you don't go for mental health treatment for sure, you have mental anguish, as these motherfuckers also make me cross ignorance and angry. That is mental anguish to me too. So when I go to the fear hearing, I gonna bring up a mental anguish, put me in the blood clot hospital with a skin virus. Cause if these motherfuckers didn't stress me out and I do their job, I come tell me when they look on the bank piece of paper with the name Impressive Inc. You can imagine them tell me they don't see my name on Impressive Inc. As a motherfucker, go use your computer and do your homework and research who own Impressive Inc. Who incorporate it. Who pay them money for even have it. Because I'm self-employed, whether even if I'm a creator or an author right now on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram and all of them. Whether I come or I fucking well I go, I still fucking working like this. Like just this podcast that I'm putting out on the system. This is still work. If anybody have to go HRA without a lawyer, it's still blood clot work. Time is money for every motherfucker. So what's wrong with these blood clot idiot ass pussy clot social worker? Let's hope kids don't watch this, because as I upload it on YouTube, I'm going to say not for kids. See? Because they trying to say, we have to watch our language with what we say. But I'm born a Jamaican, living in New York City. Don't try to change me and my bad word or my curse word. Because America do curse with their curse word or their bad word too. You go up on YouTube, you see a lot of people a curse. And I wind up them bottom 10 other way. Now if I did go wind up my bottom, what they going to want to say a little more? I turn a certain age, I should not wind up bottom neither. When we're as young as we want to be, our age is just a number. Just like the bad word is just a curse word. Yo, the bad word help you or anybody curse word regardless of whichever country they born in. Under Mother Nature. Curse word is a thing help you more than blood clot drugs. Where the doctor them again anybody for kill motherfuckers with side effect. Me don't like good drugs or bad drugs. So let me leave me make me curse my bomber clot, ras clot, pussy clot, blood clot, any other clot. I don't know what wrong with some of them big pussy social workers. People who don't want to do their job for black people. And when anything come in our community, as a farmer grant where the community qualify and them own black people, that is social worker, don't want to give to the black people in their community. All you hear the radio station and the TV station they say, in New York City, so much grant go unclaimed when these pussy clots give poor people a warm time for access where they qualify for, whether they work in less income or have a rare in any other form of debt, whether it be their rent, mortgage, food stamp, or whatever. Section 8, any other fucking motherfucking shit. Cause they starving a lot of people in this society. And when they give to the poor, you know who spend more? The poor people, where they give the same fucking food stamp, go in the supermarket and keep other people flourishing with job. As some of them pussy clad, let me touch on this rascal. Me go stop and shop one day. And me and one of them worker catch up, and I hear the worker say, yeah, you live off a food stamp. I say, you just said that? You didn't blood clot just say that? And you Taras, you pussy clot Taras must have been living off a food stamp longer than me. The pat love to tell the pussy clot keckle it black, or the keckle, as the African one say, love to tell the pat it black. A lot of these social workers who turned social worker used to live off a food stamp. A lot of people were working a Stop and Shop, Walmart, 10 other shit, live off it. And you can imagine this black woman turn around and tell me that she lucky I did knock her out before our manager. I said, this pussy clot didn't just say that. It's the manager just to draw me away and say to her, get the fuck in the room. What the fuck you just tell the shopper? I said, you're lucky you send her in the room, because I would have knocked her out and make police come for me where I end up in a criminal court. I don't like fight, no. I don't like war. I try to be peaceful on average. Stay the fuck away from people. But trouble attract me. And every time trouble attract me, sometimes I end up in a pussy clot jail, because I will tell the police them, kiss my ass if you don't think I did in the right to defend myself. Kiss my ass if you want to deprive me for come a casino or anything, if I say what other people do as I do. Because I go to jail for a lot of things. I go to jail for my fucking house. And the fucking police let me out before I see the criminal court judge for help thief my house, because maybe Judge Cat or Judge Levy did say, what the woman are doing in a fucking jail? Or if Robert Tully tell Plaza Home LLC lawyers, investors for thief my house. The police have her in a jail because you call police for her. You better tell the police let her out before she go before the criminal court judge. They didn't want me touchdown before the criminal court judge. Well, all that I talk to the DA for make him know I did in a blood clot jail, and him also a cover up for the crime neck. Because I was to get back my house easily had I gone when the police carry me a central lockup for say the judge. And them I tell the police, carry me go hospital and pretend she's sick. But don't bring her back for see the judge, because if she see the judge, she gonna get her house faster than we want thief it. You think me not talk these things with what they judge and others ask me for doing the district court? You can imagine them thief my house and chew out the years as I appealing it. And appealing it from one court to another. Them a try block me and stop me with the truth. And go one blood clot man can stop me. He's the creator. I'm unstoppable and unsinkable. These motherfuckers don't know them mess with the wrong motherfucking woman. That's if you tell me walk, I will run. And if you tell me run, I might as well walk. Because I learn half of the government now. So I have to tell people, in future, if the government tell you to walk, blood clot, run. And if they tell you, run, pussy clot, walk. And I'm going to make a little podcast on that. Because when you follow government, they leave your blood clot astray. But this, it boils down to the wrong that they did to me. I qualify for a lot of things that they don't want to give to me. And when they must give me what I qualify for, even if I go for it in any form of storage or any sort of bill, any sort of hotel they should have put me up in, any sort of Section 8 program they should have put me on. The fuckers them just keep messing up and telling lies. You know, my foreparents used to say, and my great grandmother and my grandmother used to say, every blood clot liar is a pussy clot thief. Now, and that's all them social worker doing with us. And the judge and the justice system and Department of Justice. Within the system, that's why on February 28th, no if, doubt, and maybe, I file a lawsuit for say, if I can't catch somebody at the bottom or in the middle, go for the damn top one in charge for them and hire them. The courts is government agency. It run under government with their agency. HRA is no different. And 10 other shit with judges, lawyer, doctor, Indian chief or work for the government is no other shit. All of them is government agency. I corrupt the system. I rob and thief from people. I deprive the poor. I deprive them own black people of housing, land, income, asset. Black people mustn't have nothing. We must live like fucking slave for the rest of our life. We didn't born slave. But slavery still around us in many ways. You can talk about abolish. We learn in school slavery abolish. What the fuck slavery abolish when people still treat people like blood clot? Slave with the fucking house slave them as social worker and more. These fucking judge that's black in the blood clot court, black like Rasta treat them black people like fucking house slave. Are they, what they, if you watch the slave show, it talk about the house slave. So you must understand what is a house slave with the slave master. Yo, for now, make me just cut tape and edit. But to Ross, these pussyclot don't realize I win them time and time again. Them come talk to me about size matter. Miss call down size and I will pay. Motherfucker, you was paying for the same shit I fight over and over and over in storage post before when I fuck up and cause me for lose 80,000 in income. 80,000 plus in income that I stock and pile everything for import export before the coronavirus broke out. Next thing you know, you can't fly in, fly out. If you want to beg anybody carry out something and even liquidate it and sell it, fucking playing grounded with this blood clot so-called coronavirus. While I pay with my corporate money and even run it ashore as it finish, I would continue pay with any income SSD I give me for cover up for the damage they did to me and the injury they did to me with taking away my house and a void sale, void deed, foreclosure. But you can't rob and thief from us and want to keep something in the general court system like we was the whole criminal that you took out of our own house rightly. You took it wrongly. So how dare you have me pan fraud upon the court where my record stuck on the general court system for the next 25 to 33 years, affecting my personal and business credit and expect me for run. Remember, talk about a domino effect? The judge them want me for run. How can I run when something bleeding stays on my credit with the same domino effect? Even if they sanction, bar me or whatever. Motherfucker, how you gonna bar people when you rob people and sang? Do I look like Russia with Ukraine war? You can imagine America bar me after they thief my house? Judges work with the government. So if you can't catch them at the bottom, catch them at the blood clot top. Sue the damn government for your retirement fund and more, and your asset and more that they ripping you off while they throw you under the bus. That's what they do with a lot of black people in our community. Suddenly Brooklyn, if you don't watch it be a whiter movie and all black people lose them house and their asset. My friend tell me a lot of things because she own a saloon, or is it a 10 storage, 5 storage building in Brooklyn and she run our beauty parlor out of it. She tell me, Sonia, all this business store was black owned by black people. A lot of house, everything in Brooklyn is sell out to the white right now. It's like them a run the black out of town. Them are in debt them. They don't want to give them home equity. The bank got draw bad card all over Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx. You hear all the white them run out of Manhattan. Because Manhattan is the hottest real estate right now in New York City. So the white them run from Manhattan, go stack and pile in a fucking Brooklyn and Queens. And that's how, if you watch the neighborhood as the transition of things change, if black people they doing a lot of things, them just run and take up black people things wrongly. And I say them taking it away rightly, because a lot of people have equity in their property. And if you do the maths, you say the banker draw a bad card, don't even want to refinance people. Draw a bad card and have them stuck. But say, oh, you owe me the mortgage. You know, you could refinance the man and get the man the money. That's why, yo, bank have a whole lot of blood clot tricks up them sleeve. See? So when you see a lot of people fall a victim of society, is all Wall Street, the bank, and the average politician and the court system are cause doomsday for people. So people have to learn to get up, stand up, as Bob Marley put it. Stand up for your right and don't give up your fight. But with a lot of black people, I must say, easily they run from them right. I don't know why. Sometimes more people don't have money, more people can't bear the stress and the pressure. More people don't even know if I fight. I'll fight back. They just say, fuck it, let me just give in. Even if I have to live in my blood clot car, I'll go in a shelter. One thing I can say, the average judge them and the court system say, who tell them to mess with this motherfucking woman? Because as I say, I don't give a fuck however long it takes. I don't give a fuck if they want to try to label and suppress me. I want them to reverse the wrong. You don't want to give me back my house? Pay me for more than the house you took. More than the income and other retirement fund you think you can rob me. Because that's what coronavirus is all about, you know. You think coronavirus is just a virus? Government broke. They don't want to pay a lot of people who are retired. So kill who you have to kill, since you said the population on the heaven and earth. This friggin' world, vast. A lot of people near to retire don't even see their damn money as they end up dead with the coronavirus. Who don't like the truth, I'm telling it. Who don't like want to believe it or not. But check yourself, because you can work hard for a lifetime. And as time come, you don't even know where your blood clot stand. So look, for now, since my cross ignorance and angry, and my son called me warlord or bounty killer, let me just cut tape and edit. This is Saga 1 of Saga 2. I think I do a Saga 1 already. Saga 2, telling HRA, Dottie, Superior, and others who have robbed them own black people in the community with things who qualify for in the system, as the system throw under the bus and rob and thief for house and with children asset. Motherfucker, fuck you, motherfucker. Learn to give black people what you qualify for. That's all I'm saying. Black people qualify for a lot, and you hear it every day upon the news and the radio station. How much grant being going unclaimed by the million. You're robbing black people food stamp. You're robbing black people housing. You're robbing black people a lot of things so they qualify for. But a lot of black people can't take the frustration with you know. A lot of black people can't take the lie with you know. And every liar is a blood clot thief or more. See? So to all these social workers who call themselves social worker, I don't even know why they use the word that to call them a social worker. Because you don't social with people. You're full of shit. Social worker, when a lot of you not doing a job, you sit down and you desk and talk other people business more than you doing a job and know your own. See? You sit down and eat candy, lollipops and sweet and walk up and down and chat more than you sit down and doing a job. Sit down and research and doing a job for realize when people qualify for something, you don't deprive them what they qualify for. Just like warlord, I'm coming in hot to rule up the spot, and I'm going to start putting a name. Asking for a bleeding name every time I go when you violate me and put it out on the internet. See? I'm going to write it down, and before I start my video, I'm going to say, people, look at these names. These people call themselves social worker, judges, lawyer, doctor, Indian chief, and a rob society and a murder people. Have police come and lock up people and carry people to criminal court wrong the way the criminal court judge can just throw the book back at the DA and them. Because it's simple. If they even lock you up, you go criminal court, you tell the blood clot judge, yo, your honor, I starve and these motherfuckers now do their job. I'm houseless as they thief my house and they now do their job. They nah do the job with what they rob me. Because even if a man nah work, or a man a work, or a man qualify for things with their income, a lot of people now go them because they treat people bad. These fucking house slave called black people running the system with the slave master nah serve them own community. But if you go in the white community, with the white neighborhood, is a different story. White a serve them own and white a serve black. So for now, let me cut tape and edit. That's why a lot of black people are run out of black neighborhood and they go in the white neighborhood because they can go in a certain thing and realize when them go before a white person who call themselves social worker judge, they know more do for them more than them own bumbleclad black community I do. See? So once more, the whole goal, why a lot of people go call and study and call themselves social worker by profession when them causing negligence in the system. Professional negligent. They don't know them ass from them elbow. Them is a educated fools. Because as I said, if you're going to take my corporate piece of paper, impressive ink, and you're going to say you don't see my name on it, go research it with the computer. Don't suppress me. How I know you own this? How I know this is your corporation? Motherfucker, you go high school or college or university and end up get your bachelor or whatever, become a social worker. Go do your homework. Go plug up the computer and research if Impressive Inc. is active and who blood clot is the owner of the business. Don't talk to me. You don't see my name on it. So you can't use this or you don't want to use this or you don't believe this is me. That's what the bitch tell me what in. And she come tell me, oh, you got to downsize eventually. When she can't handle the pressure when I tell her go use her own computer, all of a sudden, go downsize. So for now, make me cut.